Hello there. This is Strategy 3. Thank you so much for being with me through the course of these explainer videos. I am super excited that you are getting value so far. For Strategy 3, we'll be looking at a strong mathematical foundation. I have spent close to a decade working in the educational system or sector. And here's the biggest secret that anybody can give to you: giving your child a strong, unshakable, immovable foundation is in maths is possible, and it is necessary, and it will make maths easy for them. Here is why. Maths is a continuum. When I say a continuum, what comes to my mind? Maths, unlike other subjects, relies on the knowledge, on the previous knowledge or understanding of a previous concept for learning to be consolidated in a new course or in a new class. Now, unlike other subjects, I would like to say in our mathematical balance that math isn't one of those subjects you can do jump and pass. You just learn the top. No. If a child learns fraction in first grade or first year one, they will need the knowledge of that fraction they learnt in year one in year five. This strategy will be an aha moment for you. Just calm down. When we look at the breakdown of content or concepts through grade school, one thing I find is that there is always a repetition of topics. But what you're going to realize is that in the higher level, the topic becomes more complex. It keeps going like that. Let's use fraction. There's fraction in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. In grade 1 or year 1, it's the simple basics. Fraction is a part of a whole, types of a fraction, divide the fraction. In year 2, we begin to look at the denominator, the numerator. We look at how to add fractions of the same denominator. In grade 3, we now start getting complex. We now start looking at improper fraction. Like we also look at that in year 2. Year 3, we start looking at improper fraction, proper fraction, mixed fraction, adding fraction of different denominators, adding fraction. In year 4, we now look at adding mixed fractions. In year 3, we look at let me remember now. But you understand what I'm saying. In grade 3, we look at adding fractions, subtracting fractions, multiplying fractions, dividing fractions. So, if a child fails to understand in year 1 what fraction even is, sis, bro, colleague, daddy, mommy, that child is being set up for unnecessary math failure. Math struggles do not disappear, rather, they compound. For example, a child who has learned the basics of counting and addition will use these skills as a foundation for learning more advanced concepts like multiplication and division. According to Brown and Quinn, students who fail to master the foundational conceptual understanding of fractions are often unable to conceptualize algebraic functions and commonly exhibit error patterns when learning. Now, children who fail to understand algebraic functions cannot understand further mathematical concepts like differentiation and calculus. Do you see it's a you see what so when I go back, let's go back to the other slide. When I say that maths is a continuum, it's continuous. You don't stop. In English, when we've learned now, we may not look at noun again. In basic science, when children learn a concept, there might be no need for it to come up again. But it's not like that in maths. This is why I advocate that parents get involved. This is why I scream parental involvement to the top of my voice. Because a lot of schools already have a lot in their workload. Schools work with documents, week one, week two, week three, week four, except schools that have in their philosophy individualistic learning. But even at that, if I have 15 children in my class, how individualistic can I get? I preach individualistic learning, but but you see where you have to be there. When you are involved, you can ascertain where your child might be having foundational issues and advocate for them right early. If the foundation of your child's math is weak, anything that you build on it will come tumbling down. And it will result in what? Fear and hate for the subject. The foundation will give your child the capacity to handle advanced math concepts. So let's quickly go to how to build a strong math foundation. One, practice regularly. Practice, 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 practice. Very key. If your child is 8, if they can practice maths every day, structure, routine, that's it. Just create it. If they can practice maths every day, oh boy. Two, monitor your child's maths progress. When you monitor, you're able to identify their strength, their weakness. You can either advocate for them in school or provide additional support. When you're doing this, you're building their strength while addressing their weakness. Number three, seek help when needed. If you ascertain that your child lacks a strong foundation in certain concepts, working with a tutor could be a good idea. Working with a tutor can be a good idea. What this tutor should do is to provide an individualized instruction and support that can help identify areas of weakness and provide targeted support to help your child build their math skills. The next one, encourage your child to ask questions. Encourage your child to ask questions. Anywhere they did not get it, ask question. Anywhere they did not get it, ask question. Anywhere they did not get it, ask question. Four, establish a routine. According to ialgebra.ai, they say to become brilliant in maths, children need a routine in solving problems and mastering the concept. Remember, we talked about practice regularly. Look at it here again. Master basic math skills. Maths is like a pyramid. Every new concept is built on the basics of the previous one. If the building block is not strong, everything will come tumbling down. Within the first 3 years of grade school, your child must master the front and back of the basic mathematical operations: addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. They must master it. Now, multiplication table, we're going to get there. Let me not go faster than myself. The next one, always make sure your child understands the old topic. So, you must do an analysis of every subject they learn. So, if your child has moved from subtraction to division. Find it. Find. I know you're going to tell me you don't have time, but you must find a way. You need to find a way around it. You need to find a way around it to help. It could be during the weekends, it could be monthly. So you just ascertain. When you do, you'll be able to offer an opportunity to fully comprehend what your child is learning. I hope you got value from this very short module. Thank you for listening.